And here we are with the Legacy quarterfinals. My name is Leo Maros, and
I'm Dan Hurley.
And so we're going to be commentating on what these guys are going to be doing for a little bit.
We were talking earlier about what color Caleb's shirt is, and we couldn't come to a decisive conclusion. Colors like salmon and...
I think it's orange. Or squash. Could be squash.
Well, you're an optimist. I'm a realist.
I'm optimistic that it's squash. Okay.
You hope for the best.
All right. So Caleb is going to be playing this deck called Value City. It's a black-white deck that basically just gets value out of every single card it plays. He explained it to me earlier when I played him in round one. And I was playing Rogue Delver. I ended up actually taking the game, but he obviously won the next three. That's why he's in the quarterfinals. So
give yourself some credit, please.
The deck is good. The deck is clearly good. It's a little unconventional. It's a homebrew, so we'll see if he's going to be leading off with turn one Thoughtseize or some sort of hand disruption, and then he's going to be rolling out some Hawks and Bobs and Stone Forges with Lilianas and Swords to back for removal.
Nice. Yeah, people I think underestimate the value of just value cards in Legacy. People keep trying to do tricksy little things, get a little cutesy, when sometimes just having a better card base, 2-for-1s and card advantage, that can go a long way, especially when the game degenerates into I've hemmed and forced away my whole hand and now we're playing off the top. His deck seems to do that very well.
Playing off the top, man. That's where the skill and magic is, right?
Right, it's all skill.
100%.
And Joe Lossett is playing a deck called honestly on this page it looks like Cow Cartel, and that's, can you make that out? It's a form of blue-white control, and some pretty standard stuff.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean it's basically a blue-white control deck with Squadron Hawks and Miracle cards.
Miracles extend into Legacy.
Of course.
We
one mana rat spells, dude. Seems good.
Right. I'd love to rough for 1 mana.
Alright, let's see. Caleb rolls out the Bob real early. That's pretty good news for him. If Joe doesn't have the swords to get rid of it, Caleb's going to get super value out of that guy.
I think I saw a couple swords in Joe's hand.
Ooh. We'll see when that Bob gets taken care of. In the meantime, the Legacy players are doing what they do best, shuffling decks.
That's right.
Oh, Vindicate comes out of Caleb's hand.
Oh boy.
And that is it? It is over. Joe scoops it up. Wow. I blinked and it was gone. That was it.
Well, that was game one. So we go to sideboards.
Wait, hold on. We got to talk about that. What just happened there?
I'm remiss. I saw a whole bunch of swords in Joe's hand, and he played Bob Vindicated a land, and that was pretty much it.
Okay, so Bob Vindicate wins Legacy tournaments.
But it would seem that Caleb has taken that this far.
I mean, he had a white source open, Joe did, so I don't think the swords... I don't know.
Is he dead there? Maybe he didn't have another card in his hand?
No, he definitely...
another land in his hand?
There's no way Joe was at like 2 life, okay? Because the game just started. But I guess he was just struggling with mana there, and he just said, "Screw this."
Maybe he doesn't really want Caleb seeing what's in his deck. Might as well. You've realized you've lost more time to figure out the sideboard plan and not reveal too much about what you're doing.
All right. Well. All right. Sideboard time.
So here we go. We're getting a good look at Joe's deck now. It's like I said, pretty standard blue-white control. Everything you'd expect to see. Oblivion Ring. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, he was telling me that card's been huge for him this tournament.
Takes out Force of Wills.
Takes
that Force of Wills. Yeah, it seems like it's...
Well, against Value City, why would you play a card that 2-for-1s yourself? So
exactly.
That's a good call. What did he board in?
I did not see.
I think he, let's see.
Looking at his sideboard here.
Explosive seems strong. I don't know if he brought it in though. Just more ways to deal with bombs and stuff, because he can't let that resolve.
Does he bring in humility? Is that good at all?
No, that's more for the show until like dot deck.
Mirror. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you just like they're like, cool creature, and you're just like, humility, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Humility's such a good card. I used to play mono white stacks, and that card was just a house.
Dude, I know, right?
Just one-stop shopping for like every problem creature in Legacy is amazing.
You know what would happen in if it got reprinted in M13? Crazy that would be.
Take that, Gristlebrain.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, can't draw cards, can't do anything.
That would just be like a super mega hoser to anything. Hey, you know, blue-white control could use
some help. Well, I mean, maybe not with all the Delver decks running around. Seems like blue-white's doing pretty well.
Right. But there's no like blue-black control splashing for humility.
Splashing for humility? Yeah, I would. Let's be honest.
Okay, so Caleb, I did not get to see is what he actually chose, but he's got 2 more Lilianas against Joe, which seems pretty bad, so he probably won't bring those in. He's got a Vindicate, and I think the Hymn to Torax might be coming in.
Yeah, set himself up a little more, take away kind of the fragile plan of Joe Loss's. I mean, control decks have to be pretty well set up. Hymn's just so bad for them. And he did take out Force of Will, so that Hymn will, I guess Force of Will's bad against him anyway.
Yeah. Oh, the Sword and Light and Shadow might come in too. He's got Squadron Hawks to defend, right? So,
right.
I mean, that Pro White is pretty sweet. Because I don't think he has...
Really cuts off Joe's options.
He's got Feast and Famine and Jit in the main, but I think he's going to take the Feast and Famine out and put the Light and Shadow in. So we might see some Light
stay
Shadow.
In?
You know...
It's always kind of a good card.
I think it does. Like, with Joe's wrathing the board with the Miracle, Terminus.
Right.
You want to keep stuff around. Like, I played Joe, and he top-decked the Terminus on turn 3 after I rolled out 3 creatures, and it was...
Set up your board nicely.
Oh, man. And the thing was, I was countering all of his draw spells, so it was a clean off-the-top Miracle in your face, and those are just such blowouts.
That's tough. It's tough.
Also, he did an amazing top into Entreat the Angels, which was just nuts.
Yeah.
I've never had the pleasure of playing against Entreat the Angels in Legacy, and let me say that card can tend to be pretty good sometimes.
Yeah.
Instant speed creatures that just...
roll over your face.
Yeah, he's only got one of in the deck. Caleb is mulling over this 6. Oh, he drew an extra one.
Oh, did he see it? Is that the...
he hasn't seen the last card.
Well, what about Girls on the Girls?
So in this situation, if he's technically drawn it, but he hasn't looked at all the cards.
I think he just puts it back.
No, that's not the card off the top of the deck, right?
Do they...
Look, what ends up happening is if you mulligan incorrectly, 2 random cards are taken from the top, or they should be. Who's Vinny doing?
I'm not sure.
I think they're having him force mull, which is not exactly the correct way of doing it, but
that's not how it's supposed to be.
No.
Did Joe keep his 7?
I believe so. Yeah. This looks worse and worse for Caleb.
Well, with that start, I don't feel too
I mean,
bad.
the force mull used to be the way things worked.
How does that work? Obviously, because I don't know.
Well, when you draw an extra card, you're supposed to take 2 random cards from your deck.
Okay.
From your hand, I should say, and put them back on top of your deck.
Okay.
And then you continue. And then shuffle.
Okay.
You shuffle the deck and
Just
continue playing.
Yeah. Ooh, he doesn't like that.
Jeez, Caleb
slaps
is
it back
down
on top of the...
I believe he's down to 4 now.
Look at that smile from Joe.
Well, I mean, when you're
Can't help it.
When you win, oh man, look at
it! What a ham!
Oh. Look at there's Kevin Long in the background playing against. Not sure.
That man is a beast, literally and figuratively.
I cannot wait to talk about Talia. Look at this keep! Wow. What an amazing 4-card hand.
Oh my goodness.
Not at all.
No, it's pretty awful. Awesome water. Yes.
All right. So Joe leads off with a Ponder. Ponders is the most dangerous card in Joe's deck.
It would seem so.
When it comes to miracles, Ponder's right there. Brainstorm tends to be pretty good too.
Oh boy. Now, if he brainstorms on Caleb's turn, he has to look at the first card that he draws, carefully look at it slowly, and then reveal it if he wants to miracle it. Because that would technically be the first card that he drew on a turn. Okay.
Yep, the miracle turn goes on the stack. The spell Brainstorm continues to resolve. And
So Brainstorm resolves, and then he has the option to play the Miracle card.
if he so chooses to. Now the Stifle trigger can be, the Miracle trigger can be stifled.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
so if he goes reveal it, right, you can be like stifle, and now he cannot choose to cast it, but it's revealed until the stack clears.
Got it.
So if there's no other spells played, then he can turn it over and pretend like it's a non-known card in his hand. But obviously his opponent knows it's what it is.
Caleb thought seizing Joe.
Took into Jace. You can't. Oh, Caleb putting down a land, very depressed because this is Jite is just gonna punish him. You can't. That's the face of just utter. Oh, Lingering Souls resolves. All right, now we're gonna see some of those guys. And he is sacking and Cabal Therapying on the flashback, taking the explosives, which is a good call.
Would make sense.
He needs to keep something down. But that, like I mentioned earlier, that Jit connects even once, it's going to be painful.
Right.
That's why I got banned in Modern.
Don't care how many tokens you get, I will just machine gun them down.
Yep, here comes some more. In for one. Boom.
Amazing how that card's worked its way into Legacy. Lingering Souls.
It's got banned in block for a reason.
Jeez.
All the cards that get banned in other formats just tend to be...
Right.
Oh,
Filter into
off
Legacy.
the top, Liliana, what is up?
Oh my goodness.
Look, discard that Mox Diamond. Who cares? I don't want it.
Yeah, I know.
It's very Honey Badger right now. Liliana doesn't give a crap. In for three, guys. They're spirits.
Yes. 1/1 white flying spirits.
Alright, Joe's got to get his Ghostbuster moves on. Playing some tops. Divining the future.
Seems good in a deck where the top of your...
Oh, what did I say about the Terminus?
There it is, look.
Oh, instant
boy.
speed Wrath with that top. I just want to point that out. He could top on Caleb's turn and miracle the crap out of him.
Just set it up.
However, there's a Snapcaster there too, and some other card. Joe,
Is that two Terminuses?
He might have two, actually.
He can just kind of nurse that second one on the top and just keep it there.
Oh, yeah, he could.
Just in a...
I'm more scared of this Liliana if I was Joe. Like, those spirits will be handled, obviously.
Right.
Look, okay, so he drew... It wasn't a Terminus, obviously, because he wouldn't have done that. What did he just draw? I'm curious now. Was that it? Oh, he is searching? Was that a stone? That's a hawk or a stoneforge?
Yes, it is a Squadron Hawk.
Okay.
The War of the 1/1 White Flyers.
Squadron Hawk is actually, fun fact, the most doodled on common in the last 2 years.
If you don't want to pimp him out, you can just draw some cool stuff on him.
Right.
I saw a set that was like a South Park edition. It had all the characters from South Park. Sure enough, Kenny fetched Kyle Stan.
And you got them all there. Then, I saw the Angry Birds. I doodled on mine.
Nice. Angry
it's-
Birds, that's perfect.
By the way, I say that fun fact with absolutely no evidence.
What do you have to back that up? Oh, nothing?
Statistics, man. Science.
It's proven fact, right?
Some science.
It's got to be written somewhere.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so what do we have here? We got kind of a stalemate going on, except for that Jit.
Or if he untaps and swings with that Jit, that'll be
That'll be
So
huge.
he activates Liliana, sacrifice a creature. Was that?
Yep, that was what happened there. Okay, he's got a therapy. He's gonna play it. It resolved as Joe nodded with an okay. And
He's divine. What does he have in his
Ooh.
hand? Oh.
drawing upon the powers of the Cabal, and he got it. He just discarded a Squadron Hawk.
Cabal therapy seems pretty good when.
And
your opponent is just Squadron
we
Hawked.
are getting... What is that?
Stoneforge.
Oh, huge! Caleb is turning this game around right here.
Stoneforge Mystic gets. And remember the hand that he started with?
Yeah. Value City.
Who would have thought? There it is.
Value City. I don't even know.
Jitty strictly to kill the other Jitty.
There you go.
Wow.
Joe will have one attack
Two
with
colorless
this,
mana.
with the Squadron Hawk. Yep. And there you go. All right. Let's see where Joe's goes. He's coming in with this Squadron Hawk. Caleb's deck is very good at destroying his opponent's resources.
It seems like he's able to kind of find the pinch points and choke you out.
Well, I mean, with all he's got the removal, he's got the, hand disruption, and he's got all the value in the world.
Vindicates lands. He's playing a full set of wastelands. I think you've got a point. It's kind of choke out your opponent's resources and just overwhelm them with card advantage.
And this Liliana is still there. Remember?
All right.
That card is really hard for Joe to deal with. He's got O-Ring, which he can definitely use to take care of it. But otherwise, he's got to swing in with those Hawks. But they all died. They were therapied and they were played out. I mean, Joe,
and he's got the spirits to block, and
I mean that Jitty is going to deal a little bit of damage, possibly. We're going to see right here what he does. He's sacking a spirit to flashback that, and he loses.
We get a better look at Joe's
graveyard
in hand there.
That's Spell Snare. Okay. To cast the Jitty, obviously. Wow.
Exactly.
Awesome. Joe's now responding to the Jitty being cast. It's OG Jitty versus Promo Jitty. Promo Jitty obviously coming after.
Have to respond because can't respond to the legendary rule.
Yep.
Comes up from time to time. I remember when Jitty was popular and when it first came out in Standard and was just rolling the field. Control decks would play Jitty just to have an answer to Jitty.
Yeah. Alright, so Joe's doing something interesting here. He is Vidillion clicking in response to Stoneforge activation. What a huge play. Alright. Stoneforge dies, Jitties die. Vidillion click on the battlefield. What is that Liliana at? 2 counters. Oof. Okay, well, we're gonna start playing off the top here. 1 damage to the face. Alright, here we go. Wow. What, is that a Jace?
No.
Nope, it is not. Off the top Sword of Light and Shadow. I told you he might have brought it in. This is huge. Terminus for Joe. What a clutch Termini.
Termini, there you go.
Alright, well, both players still playing off the top. Let's see.
Just back and forth. Oh. Vindicating the token, it looks like. Draws, gets in. Fetches for a swamp, thin out, improve his draws.
I don't know how completely, but does it do anything with switching plane? Does it say it falls off if it switches control? What enchantment still stays attached to it? There's no reason why it doesn't follow it. Like, the enchantment still is controlled by original player, but...
And those angel tokens are ominous. Just a sword in play. Caleb's really hoping for something here. That was an Entreat the Angels, by the way. A little while ago, those are 2 angel tokens getting in there.
Ooh, Squadron Hawk.
Did that come off the top?
Off the top. It got counterspelled. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh. Joe is taking control of this game. It was a little bit off the top plays, but I think we're going to have...
What an interesting match with the questionable keep and...
No, it was a mold of 4. Caleb has put up a great fight for a mold of 4.
There you go.
Value City. All right, this Ponder is working out for Joe. He's got a Disenchant and a Terminus. I don't see how Joe could possibly lose at this point.
No, it looks like, I mean, he's just going through the motions, but he knows he's got this.
I mean, I think all those cards just straight up one-up answer anything Caleb can play off the top of his deck right now.
Yes.
Like that Stoneforge.
So in Joe's hand, he's got, what's he holding on to? What is that?
Don't know. It's a face down morph creature.
Blistering Firecat, got you. Down there it is.
Oh,
the Angels
GG.
got there.
All right.
Game 3. Whirlwind games we've had here.
I know. Well, compared, like, I don't know. Caleb did the Vindicate turn 3 scoop on game 1. That was sweet. We saw that. Bob Vindicate done. Good game. and then we had this amazing mold of 4 battle. Can you imagine if Caleb keeps a 7? Just, it seems pretty strong. He played pretty good off the top there. Earlier today, he said that I kept all my resources on the top of the deck, and I would like to similarly return the return the same sentiment to the last game.
There you go. There you go.
Players. Oh, go ahead.
Sideboards stay the same. It doesn't look like anyone's racing for their sideboard. Nothing really changed.
No. No. We're pretty good right now with the sideboards. Joe's taking one more quick look, make sure he didn't forget anything. But it appears. Those back to basics. He played one of those against me, and I was on Rug Tempo. That is the most. I think that's the hardest kick in the nuts I took today in terms of sideboard cards.
Kick in the chiclets. Oh. Brian, can I get some paper towels?
Did you spill?
It's okay.
Alright, Caleb ready to present. Also, guys, if you quickly look over at the upper right corner where Caleb's yarmulke is, if you're wondering what that design is, that is indeed Trogdor.
Wow.
Never seen a Trogdor yarmulke before, huh? So you catch all kinds of things at MTG DeaLS Legacy tournaments. Also, I'm going to see if I can convince Caleb to do the Trogdor song if he wins the tournament. You have to have a pretty rock out metal voice, though, so you can pull it off.
Oh, yeah. Actually means a new set of cards.
Caleb is not being able to keep a hand against Joe after game 1. Although that was a pretty sweet game 1 hand, I gotta be honest.
He got overzealous over there. Just like. Those are sarcophagus. That's like demonic, right? I don't know. You're supposed to be well versed in multiple trading card games. Hell no.
Anyways,
Hell no.
as players are getting ready to shuffle up here, at the moment, if I had to pick a winner right now, I'd probably pick Joe. Only because Caleb's mulling to 6. His deck is not being terrible to him. Although Caleb did keep that 6. He's got a 1-lander Caracas hand. Let's do this. I also like Joe's endgame more. I mean, the low costing removal really helps, and playing off the top. Because he clearly took over that last game. But honestly, actually, that's unfair. I should say that Caleb also had probably an equal chance to get out of that one, too.
Sure.
Their folding process like changes on every single card.
Ooh. Slamming that spell snare with effort. Yes, Bob, you are done.
Bob down.
Bob down, call an ambulance.
Gold leaf or something.
Love the casual manner of play of Caleb. Just kind of, fetch the lands, chuck it over there.
Fetch the lands. Basic swamp coming out with Lingering Souls. That card, again, seeing epic value right now. Get 2 spirits.
At least the game's ended like 15 minutes.
Brainstorm in response. How many times has that happened today?
Right. With the fetch land.
Joe is pretty good right now at manipulation of the deck. Although the cards he's going to put back right now doesn't seem like he needs to crack them away too much.
Because there's always game 3.
Although I am kind of curious.
That deck is like guaranteed you always play 3 games.
Which 2
It's
they're
tough
going to
to
be.
see.
Yeah. The thing was, I went to
It is tough.
I was so
Okay, I think
That's a click on the top there.
click, brainstorm,
Other click.
other judge promo click,
Judge promo click.
lands,
It's got a counterspell.
counterspell, the second to last on the
I think
left.
there's a Snapcaster Mage in there.
Yeah, I think that's the last card.
So by that time,
I don't know what that
game
third to last
three
card is,
started,
though.
I didn't have like any time because I was
That's
so
all right.
invested in game 2.
Caleb waiting with the grandeur of a gentleman.
Very gentlemanlike. That's a perfect descriptive term.
The longest brainstorm in Magic. Actually,
Always
no.
seems like it's a long play, resolving a brainstorm.
Cracking a fetch.
A lot of the time we spend here in Legacy tournaments, like you said earlier, is just brainstorm, cracking the fetch, got to shuffle.
Yeah, sure. No, the Mondays, there's like a billion spots just double for it.
Heard you talking earlier today about Sensei's Top and kind of, didn't they ban that in some format actually just because it took too much time
Yeah,
for people
that's
to figure out what they wanted to do, a response to everything top?
Right, exactly. Like, people didn't know how to play with that carding because it was just so easy to look at the top cards of your deck, you know, whenever you wanted, in a format that didn't really have land destruction or any kind of way to control, like, how many times you could do that.
Exactly.
In extended and standard, like, you know, also removal for top is always just like you want to stab yourself in the face because you're not getting rid of it. Okay, so Caleb's got some Squadron Hawks. He is legendary rulings, a Caracas going aggressive with the he's
Almost
going,
hiding his cards from us.
yeah. He's going to go aggressive with the LD plan here, and then he's going to cast a Bob. Or no, Squadron Hawk. Sorry.
He's got another Squadron Hawk and a Bob in his hand.
Counterspell from
That
Joe.
gets countered.
Well, lucky we have more Squadron Hawks in hand,
That's
right?
right,
Normally I'd be really mad. It's like, why do I have two of these? But in this situation, it doesn't seem so bad. Look at that. Bob looking up, like, yeah, you know I got it.
I'm glad I didn't just get played.
That's right. Because the counterspell guy kind of looks like a variation of Bob, right?
Yeah, right? A confused Bob.
I'm confused, but he's like, what happened?
SpongeBob. No, that's silly. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so Caleb's wondering, what am I going to do here? Like, I have two cards in hand. And, I'm really kind of out of resources here, except for those Squadron Hawks that are he's hopefully gonna, you know, do Bob or Hawk, you know, and hopefully one of those sticks. I would actually, if I was him, depending on the draw and the board state, obviously, but at the current rate, I mean, perhaps rub the second Squadron Hawk out and see where that goes.
Like he's made his mind up with Ponder.
Okay, Joe goes land, and it's over. It's
Cabal Therapy?
Yep, that's not bad right now. What is he's leading off with a therapy? Okay, that's actually a pretty good card. He gets to know what he pays for. Did he hit it or not?
No.
I don't think so.
What has he got in his hand? What are those? Now, what's he looking at in Joe Lossett's hand right now? I see the click.
He's got a click. He's got a couple other cards. There we go.
There we go. Ah,
Joe, don't pick him up yet.
commentators aren't done looking. Joe.
Okay, we got a Jite.
Jite. Saw that.
Snapcaster.
Snapcaster Jite. Is that a... It's not
Okay, so Snapcaster and Jite. That's why he looked in the graveyard, because he wanted to know what was up. Alright, so the Bob resolved? Is there a Bob on the table? Yeah. Okay, so Caleb got a Bob on the table. And it...
Play Snapcaster.
Snapcaster?
Not getting anything back, just so that he has the ability to play Jite, equip, and swing, so he can
There you go.
pretty much clear out Caleb's board.
Land off the top. He knew that was there. So now he can go Jite, swing, kill Bob. That seems strong.
Yeah.
Caleb still has Squadron Hawk in hand. He could go to the dome with Flyers.
The Flyers could go all the way. It seems like the story of a lot of constructed Magic recently.
Snapcaster acting like a... Oh, here, Bob just ate it. Here comes the counters.
Right, and those will eventually clear out the Flyers. He can wait on that. He can afford to
Yeah, with Joe being at 13 health, he's got nothing too scary to worry about. Did he just Caleb rip a Stoneforge?
Caleb in the top of his deck, just.
That's where it is. That's where it is. All right, so what does he do? What does Joe do here? He's going to kill one of them. And take one. Interesting play.
Stoneforge Mystic it is.
Oh, it's regular Japanese?
Here it is. Boom. Stoneforged.
Although Joe did have a Vendilion Click in his hand, which Caleb knew.
He still has the click, no?
Yeah, exactly, and Caleb knows that.
Oh, it's fantastic go for Joe. He's going to get to... Here comes the Jitty to get rid of the Jitty, but we know what happens there.
Exactly.
In response to the flash in, Joe's going to do some Vendilion clicking. One of my buddies named Gabe, he always says the decks could always use more Vendilion click.
Right.
Here comes the top. Before the draw. Joe's gonna
Jace a
stare
land.
at Jace. Okay, granted Jace is not the best answer to Stoneforge.
No.
It's still pretty awesome to have right there.
Right.
Right.
You can figure out a way to
Right.
productively get rid of the Stoneforge Mystic.
Stuck on like the most random stuff.
In the matchup in general, who do you like? Who do you think? It kind of seems like we've landed on Caleb as kind of the favored deck here.
Here's the thing about the decks. Caleb's deck plays well off the top, but Joe's deck gets better on the late game. Like he's playing Jace right now, which is huge. Like once Jace hits the board, you know what happens.
Right.
You just
miracle after miracle after miracle.
Well, no, it's just like I think Jace is more value city than Caleb's entire deck. That's the problem with Jace.
So it's value city deck and value city card.
Exactly.
The one card wins.
I mean, how many times have you come back from Jace in a Legacy tournament if he's been on the board for more than like 3 turns?
Well, the Legacy decks I play seem to always just kind of roll over and die to Jace, so...
Exactly. Jace, I love playing him in Standard when Cobblade was around.
That was just too much. That deck. Jesus.
It was too much. Hands down agree with all the bannings. However, with Joe's case, he's like, no, I don't care. Ban these cards in this format, I'll play him in another.
Yeah, I'm going to go play him over here.
He's literally playing the same cards minus Stoneforge.
It's amazing that deck has just transcended into this format. Plus miracles.
Miracle!
Just playing a mono-red burn deck. We're having trouble with our water bottles. It's all over the place.
Nope, we're good.
Mono red burn deck miracled. What's that one? Thunderous Wrath?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that card did.
Oh, it's 5 damage to the dumb dude. It's Lava Axe for 1. Sweet.
Yeah. Cool story.
I got 2 to the face today. I was this is like rip after rip,
Just
dude. It was
like
boom.
Really with a red deck has no way to control its draws. There it is. Oh.
It was pretty terrible, man. I got to admit, it was.
That's rough.
Bad beats. Oh, Caleb in distress. Doesn't know what's going on. All right, Jiddes just ate each other up. In for one at Jace.
Goes, yep.
And here comes Caleb's final card. Oh, nope, sorry. Flashing back Lingering Souls. He looked like he was about to drop that Hawk in.
Yeah,
but he's just like,
tricked
why?
Us out.
Why only get one? Oh, oh man. Entreat the Angels.
I think 4/4 flyers are better than 1/1 flyers.
I respect that card in Standard, or I mean in Legacy only.
Yeah.
I think that card is so annoying when it flips in Standard.
Look at
because
that.
It's worse than.
Who would have thought? Just
worse than everything. Oh.
Now Jace has blockers, has got a team. Jace is a lot better with a team in front of him.
Jace is better with 3/4 Angels. Seems
That's
really
right,
good.
Yeah.
That could have been any miracle. He could have Terminus. He could have been.
And he would have been way ahead.
Just
in
doesn't
any
matter.
case. What's Caleb hoping for here?
Caleb has to hit a sword right off the top here, like with Bob would hope, because he can flash in the sword with Stoneforge, equip it. Sword of Light and Shadow would totally just be the nuts right now.
Yeah, he kills Jace, gets back a Bob, or I don't know about a Bob, but
exactly. I mean, just having
something.
pro white right now is really huge because Jace would definitely die. Like, if Caleb did get a Sword of Light and Shadow off the top there, Jace goes down, and we're back to playing off the top with a pro white sworded, flyer.
X flyer.
Yeah.
With, you know, staring down, you know, 4/4 flying angels. It's attack, equip, block with protection. Seems good.
Like, Joe would definitely lose the race right there, but now that turns past, I think it's going to be really tough for Caleb to keep up here. However, you know, Caleb's deck has been surprising.
To say the least.
All right, here comes Bob.
And then Joe's still hanging on to that Jete. Oh boy. Jace, Angels, Judy. It seems bleak for our friend Caleb.
Oh. That's my bleak sigh. It does look bleak. The glasses are going on.
There might be tears behind those shady lenses there.
Fate sealing Caleb. Ugh.
Does he go for the Jace out plan?
You know when Jace fate seals you just like,
It's kind of like, yeah, it's...
and you leave it, when they leave it on top, they're just like, you're not threatening to me, and it's like, dang it.
Wow, it is the worst feeling, right? I'm not worried about that in the slightest.
Jitty number 2.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh, that's really terrible. I don't know if Caleb has any outs to this.
No.
Oh, there goes Bob goes down. All right.
It seems like a way, just, you know, inevitable at this point. Larger flyers with equipment and powerful planeswalker versus subpar flyers.
All right, Caleb.
But Caleb's
Thoughtseize.
searching for something.
He gets what is that? Squadron Hawk?
I think it's a Squadron Hawk.
Well, Caleb just goes down by 2, and he
Plays his last Squadron Hawk.
is searching for some more. Very, very disappointed. He knows what's coming. Doesn't even cut the deck.
Look at that disdain on his foe. Just...
He's looking at the board and he's realizing this is.
Oh, there it is, the palm. Palm face.
Oh.
And he just gets in, right?
I think Joe can put him at a faster clock here. Oh, he's gonna force Caleb to block here. Yeah, Joe going with the team. And
He goes up to 3 counters, I think.
Yeah.
And then its turn, it's just machine gun your flyers, kill you. Caleb answering his cell phone. Not something you see often in feature matches.
Joe just casually looking at the top card of Caleb's library. He's like, I'm a fate seal you while you take that call money. Here, let me look at this.
Yeah. Save some time here. I wonder what Caleb's talking on the phone about. The person's probably like, hey, what are you up to? And he's like, well, getting my face beat in by some angels. And
the Joe topping also not taking any risks. Look at Jace. Look at all those wooden cubes on him.
There it is. All right.
The GG from Caleb. Too bad. He was literally like a turn or 2 away from dying. Unfortunately, I don't think anything in his deck could get him out of that situation.
No. Well, there it is. Joe Lossett 2-1, eliminating Caleb.
Boom.